The following podcast is scheduled for one fall and it will be contested under hard speed rules. Introducing first, his delivering from parts unknown, the bearer of the Star of Aztec, Azteckaizer. Good evening, wrestling fans from the world-famous AWL Arena in Tokyo, Japan. This is the Animated Wrestling League, episode 411, which is the fallout from Champions Week. Unfortunately, the AWL Strong and Free kept their titles, and we were unable to expand AWL Hontai's grasp of gold. Tonight, the search for contenders continues. We have multiple Fight for 4 qualifying matches. Rank will be on the line, but we're starting off with the high-speed rules. And I can't think of two better guys on the AWL roster to not only compete in high-speed rules, but to show the exact opposite of wrestling philosophies here in this organization.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring from the offense, accompanied by the very kind assistants representing Zidon J, Mr. Shota.
As we take a look at the high-speed rules, I'd like you to please do us a favor, give us a subscribe, click like, share, leave a comment, all that stuff. We have Zidon J, the corporate goon squad that bring what they call Japanese business ethics into the world of professional wrestling, which that's not exactly a compliment in my opinion. And we have the solo hero fighting for justice, Azteckaizer Neo, the bearer of the Star of Aztec, the star of pro wrestling, Puroresu no Hoshi, protecting the world of wrestling from the forces of evil. And frankly, a black company like Zidon J definitely qualifies as a force of evil. 5-minute time limits, falls count anywhere, no rope breaks. Let's see what these guys can do, and the pressure is as high as it gets. Good roll away on the early strike. Stood out power slam by the former AWL Grand Champion, going up against one of the standouts of Zidon J over the last season. He's picked up more wins than any other member of Zidon J in the last year, I think. Cover for the 1-2. Kick out. And I think the... bit of a holy crap chant as we're going immediately. Kaiser! Smash! He's Satsuwaza, ultimate technique, finishing move, the Kaiser smash. 1, 2, no! That is normally how he does it. That's normally how he gets out of this. Azteckaizer Neo, 51 wins in his AWL career, and most of them have come courtesy of the Kaiser Smash. Mr. Shota, on the other hand, way down the win-loss records. He's actually at the bottom of AWL Hontai at the moment, at 18 and 30, ratio of -12, though there is room for him to escape. Kaiser with the shooting star of Aztec. That jewel on his forehead, tope suicida, but a sidestep by Mr. Shota gets him out of harm's way. So far, Mr. Shota's greatest asset in this match has been agility and escapes, dodging, which, maybe not the most exciting thing in the world, but it works. If you can have your opponent hurt themselves, that's less work you have to do in order to pick up the 1-2-3. Uh-oh. Going up, powerbomb position. Jackknife style, the Star of Aztec, granting Azteckaizer Neo incredible strength, agility, speed, and the ability to perform superhuman maneuvers like that shooting Star of Aztec you saw moments ago. No. Round and round he goes. There's so much... oh, there's so many hard things you could hit your head on out there. High-speed rules, they're fast, but they're dangerous matches. Because of the falls count anywhere rule. Referee returns to the ring along with the combatants. Irish whip over the top rope. He just wanted him to take a fall. Azteckaizer Neo doing damage inside the ring, outside the ring, Hell, they could do it up the ramp, they could do it out in the crowd, but they've only got 5 minutes to get it done. And we're actually past the halfway point. No time calls in high-speed rules matches. No time for them. Vaulting over the steel steps, backstepping to avoid the grip. Oh! Whiplash. And the... Wait a minute, okay, this could be interesting. Still fighting on the outside of the ring. Sit out, body slam again. By Azteckaizer. We don't know anything about this guy, by the way. We don't know his secret identity. We don't know where he's from. It just says parts unknown. And he's going for... No, it's vertical suplex. I thought he was going to go for a Kaiser smash on the outside. That would have been the end of the match. Double leg take... Wait a minute. That's a Sasurikatsume. That's a sharpshooter. Is he Canadian? No, he can't possibly be Canadian. I don't know, but I know what he is. He's the winner of the match. Let's take a look at this. Oh, I thought that was it. But it was in fact the sharpshooter, or the Sasorigatame, that did the deed.
Here's your winner, Azteckaizer.
A big win, the 52nd win in his career for Azteckaizer Neo, a former AWL Grand Champion, looking to possibly get back into title contention in the very near future. Speaking of titles, Chiba Akagi defends the Intercontinental Championship tonight against Shiroke Kitsune, so we're going to get the rest of the stables out of the way for a while.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making their way to the ring, the tag team combination of the beautiful boy, Ningen and the Deathmatch Master, Damashii. Together they are, Ningen Damashii.
This is the first time we've seen Ningen Damashii as a tag team without Chiba Akagi, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, in their corner. But because Chiba Akagi is defending the title tonight, he is occupied in preparation, as is Shiroke Kitsune. That's why the team on the other side of the ring in this match will be what we call a non-registered tag team. I'll explain that in a moment. Not your usual Yokai Butai tag team, but just as dangerous as the Kitsune be replaced with the Dragon Fire illuminating the arena as it was in days gone by.
And their opponents, accompanied by Ultramantis Black, the tag team combination of Emerald Dragon and the Great Tanuki. Together they are Yokai Butai.
There is no Freebird rule in the Animated Wrestling League. The registered tag team for Yokai Butai is the Great Tanuki and Shiroke Kitsune. But since we have a substitution tonight, they cannot win a point in the win-loss rankings. But they can deal Ningen Damashii a vital loss. Ningen Damashii had 1 and 2 this season, their only season as a tag team. 1 and 3, I don't think they're coming back by the end of Season 21. Bang a gong, we are on 15-minute time limit in this non-title contest. As the brawler Satoshi Tobu, becoming perhaps the victim of the always sage advice of Ultramantis Black. Ooh! Kneeling shoulder breaker, over the shoulder breaker. Extreme damage done, a tag made. Irish whip. Now, while Ultramantis Black is, as usual, correct, that the Great Tanuki and Emerald Dragon do not have a lot of tag team experience. In fact, they've never been a tag team before. They do train together. The whole Yokai Butai trains together. They know each other's moves. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they know how to dovetail together. So that's the advantage of having a stable, of having a faction, is that you can work together, you can learn from each other, you can train together. We've seen it with Ningen and Damashii. We've seen both Satoshi Tobu and Ikementaro add submissions to their arsenal from Chiba Akagi. We've seen Chiba Akagi and Satoshi Tobu get a little more graceful, a little more agile in the ring. And we've seen Ikementaro with that blood-drawing blow a few moments ago get a little bit more of Satoshi Tobu's toughness. Double team, tag Kogeki, running big boot. As we're at 13.5 minutes remaining, the Great Tanuki wrestles his way back up to a vertical base, but isn't able to hold that waist lock. The Great Tanuki is going to go for the Tanuki Claw, the Tanuki Ballbuster, or the Tanuki Gakure no Jutsu to win this match. Satoshi Tobu looking for simple but effective, that big pump handle slam of his, unless of course he's just going to beat his opponent into the dirt, which is what's happening here in the corner. And right now, Ningen and Damashii, the more experienced tag team, have in fact cut the ring in half, as is traditionally considered good tag team strategy. You see another tag Kogeki, not if... Oh, but we do see a bit of a cheap shot, another aspect of Satoshi Tobu's offense coming into the arsenal of the beautiful boy, Ikementaro. Kick to the midsection, and now... Oh! Just raking his face across that wrapped vinyl tape. Rough consistency of a cheese grater. Tag made. Oh god, his fur's going to get caught in the tape around the ropes. It's going to be nasty. Monkey flip out of the corner by the beautiful boy. Master of the sartorial arts. Here we... Oh, hard shot by the yokai, by the non-human. And that's what Ningen Damashii is all about. They're about fighting non-human wrestlers. Which means, yes, they fight the forces of evil like the Pits. They'd love to get over to AWL Strong and Free in Canada and take on the Augments. Or get the Augments here for the tag team titles. But that means they're going to come into conflict with the yokai of Yokai Butai as well. Tag is made again. Double tag. And we seem to be back where we started. Satoshi Tobu and the Great Tanuki. Remember what I said about pounding his opponent into the dirt? This is what I'm talking about. The slugfest of the AWLs. Oh, wait a minute. There's that Tanuki Claw I mentioned. The claw hold locked in, very close to the ropes. But does Satoshi Tobu realize it? No, he's just going to power his way out, and he does so successfully. Especially since Ikementaro nowhere to be found right now. Escape out the back by the practitioner of sneaky style. Goes in. One. Very quick kick out at one. As Ikementaro realizes what's happening and returns to the corner. Ultramantis Black giving advice to his team. Face first into the corner. Tag made. Tag Kogeki. Again, not that experienced, but they can pull off a double flapjack, sending Satoshi Tobu face first, and gravity has never been that man's friend. And again, using the downward force of those wings, the Emerald Dragon, that used to be a human being before he was given that amulet of transmogrification by the great and devious Ultramantis Black. That turned him into the creature he is today. He's in the AWL Best 4 for the Grand Championship. Number 2, as a matter of fact. That's one thing AWL Hontai has, the top 2 ranks in the Best 4 for the singles division for the men.
Goku Geika, thank you.
And what do we have here? Oh! Huge gutbuster by the AWL Emerald Dragon. The tag is made to the Great Tanuki. And they're doing what Ultramantis told them to do. They pretty much isolated Satoshi Tobu. And they're pummeling away at him, trying to wear him down. Maybe they should have tried to isolate Ikementaro, I don't know. No tag Kogeki for you. Hard shot to the back, but it was received from earlier. And wait a minute, he saw Tawaza, the pump handle slam. It's simple but effective. And there's no way the Dragon doesn't break that up that close to the Yokai Butai corner. But when the opportunity strikes, you strike when the iron is hot. It can just might work. It just might get you the victory. You take the opportunity. Remember what I said, gravity is not his friend. King Kong knee drop. And the referee is calling that a skull-crushing knockout. Please tell me we've got that on tape. A little bit of tag action there. Pummeling, pinioning blows. Simple but effective, but in the end, it was the King Kong knee drop that caused the knockout.
Damashii.
Big win for Ningen Damashii, draws them level 2-2 in 2-on-2 tag team action. First of our matches with championship contender implications, who will be the top tag team in AWL Hontai.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall and rank is on the line. Introducing first, making their way to the ring, the tag team combination of Kyoji Kobayashi and the Prince of Pinfall, Ifumi Ryuji. Together they are the number 3 rank in the AWL Best 4. Giant Hills.
Kyojin Kobayashi, 26-22. Ifumi Ryuji, 25-34. Not the best in the win-loss records, and frankly not that best in the tag team either. They are currently 1-4 this season. They are in title contention because they qualified for the AWL Forge the 4 tournament earlier this season because they had a stellar record last season. Unfortunately, they've been sort of sitting on their laurels, resting on past glory as of late. And with rank on the line, they've already been dropped from rank 1 to 4 for losing to an unregistered tag team. They cannot afford to lose this match as well. They may be all the way out of the best 4 if that happens. Yeah, you knew these folks were going to show up. Brace yourselves, folks. Here comes an auditory assault.
And their opponents, your winners. The number 2 ranked in the AWL Best 4, accompanied by Tuesday. Yokta! The pit.
It's so cold when that happens. Well, the number 1 ranked tag team, the presumptive number 1 contenders, are the new Classics over in Canada. But here, this duo is the undefeated top tag team in AWL Hontai. They are 4-0 as a tag team. I'm just curious here. This is going to be bad. Technician versus High Flyer. The Prince of the Pinfall versus the Dark Rabbit of the Moon. And that's exactly what you don't want to happen with the Prince of the Pinfall, Ifumi Ryuji. You do not want him to take you off your feet in any direction, because he can pin you from pretty much anywhere, and he can grab that leg sweep off the ankle pick, and he does some damage to bring you down as well. Going up to the top, hard shot, and I don't know if that was a leg drop or a drop kick or whatever it was. There was no water in the pool. That is not good, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, blatant choke and a headbutt. That's going to be a fine from the AWL commissioner, but the referee required by the rules to count the fall, and he does so. But it didn't do the job. Huge choke slam. Yokto, not the type you would expect to be doing a choke slam, but hell, he'll do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't follow the rules of rabbit-style wrestling. Drop down. Ooh, swing and a miss with a lariat, though. Meanwhile, the Giant and the Grim Reaper on the outside, engaging in auxiliary violence. Irish whip into the corner, big splash. Couple of hard shots. The crowd going absolutely banana here in the AWL Arena, sold out yet again this week. It's a hot time for professional wrestling. It's a hot time for the Animated Wrestling League as well. If you want to be part of all the animated action, give us a subscribe. You know, do all the YouTube stuff, push all the buttons, except for the down button, except for the thumbs down button. That's a bad button. We don't like that button. Ignore that button. Press every other button. And now, back where he belongs, the dark side of the moonsault, and no! Last possible moment. The number 3 contenders get out of the way. Tag maiden, here comes the Giant. First time legal in the match. And what's he thinking here? He's thinking that giant monster, Satoshi Tobu, at the ringside apron. He's worried about that, and he should be. The blade that cuts between life and death. An even foe for the Giant. Kyojin, Kobayashi. Kyojin, of course, meaning giant in Japanese. Yoto, the rabbit spirit of the moon. Formerly known as the Doom Bunny. One of the few times I think possession by the forces of evil actually gets you a better name. But here we go, the big meaty men slapping meat. 12 minutes on the clock, but I don't think we're going to need them. One. Desperation save there. Collar and elbow over the top rope down to the floor. And we're back. Uh-oh. This could be bad. Oh, hot shot right across that top rope. Interesting. Satoshi Tobu not trying to finish him off here, going for the tag. Oh, mid-leg lariat. It's a high leg lariat for anybody else, but it's a mid... What the hell is he doing? No. That doesn't work. Elbow drop from the top. Man, that big should not be able to do that. And wait a minute, somebody either being brought in the hard way uses a human weapon against Gyokdo. And Sombon Aiba's on Dream Street. He doesn't have a damn clue where he is. Meanwhile, the Giant asserting such physical dominance, the referee has no choice but to call them out for Giant skills. This will move them up in rank. But let's take a look at that final. Military press time, he had to be a good 12 feet in the air.
Here are your winners and the new number 2 rank in the AWL Best 4, Giant Skills.
Alright, congratulations to Giant Skills, moving up in the world and now the top tag team in Hontai. We are looking for a new number 4 contenders in the Joshi tag team division.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a fight for 4. Introducing first, the tag team combination of the mistress of 1,000 homes, Akira Verde, and Shida Akuma. Together they are Dominant Damashii.
Technically speaking, the newest, youngest tag team in the AWL. Dominant Submission have only had 2 matches as a team, 1-1, including a loss to their opponents tonight. So this is a bit of a rematch. This is a rematch, but it's a bit of an opportunity for revenge. Get the win back for a Dominant Submission. But they're going to have to go through a pair of warriors to do it.
And their opponents, introducing first fighting out of Mexico City, Mexico, the second generation warrior of light, Majiku.
Daughter of the original Warrior of Light, little sister to El Hijo del Majiku. The family looking to regain prestige and glory this season. Getting into the best 4 for the tag team division and maybe even breaking tag team supremacy would definitely do that.
And her partner, making her way from the heavens above, the Lightning Princess, Kaminari Hime! Together they are the Warriors of Lightning!
Kaminari Hime, 2 and 5 in her AWL career. Mashiku 2, 3 and 10. They both need wins. A tag team victory tonight gives them both a win in their individual win-loss rankings. And of course, would put Warriors of Lightning up 2 and 1, and give them an opportunity at AWL Gold and Glory. And it's going to be the top wrestler in the Joshi divisions, Akira Merine, the Mistress of 1,000 Holds, 60 and 27, versus, I think actually the bottom rank in the women's division, 3 and 10, Mashiku 2, but the numbers only tell part of the story. Any wrestler can beat any other wrestler on the night. Tag made to Kaminari Hime, who is faster. I would actually say this about both members of the Warriors of Lightning. They are faster than either of their opponents tonight. We'll be able to leverage that into advantage. And now the most aggressive, dangerous woman we have ever seen in the AWL. She deliberately targets the head and neck of her opponent. She shortens careers. She could end careers. Oh, caught her! Round and round and round she goes. Kaminari Hime lucky with that one. She does occasionally miss that move. Tag is made. Rapid tags in and out by both teams in the opening minute of this 15-minute time limit fight for 4. Coming up next, we have also got in the Joshi division, Wakazaki Ai versus Sakai Reina with a fight for 4 opportunity on the line. And then in the main event, Chiba Akagi defends against yet another non-human. It's Shiroke Kitsune, Ningen Damashii versus Yokai Butai. We've already had one victory for Ningen Damashii tonight. We'll see if that pattern continues with a successful 4th title defense. And look at that! Tope Suicida crossbody version. Throwing herself through the ropes horizontally. Very few wrestlers in the world can do that, but the second generation luchadora more than capable of that technique. I'm just watching this at this point. I love watching these wrestlers ply their craft in that 20 by 20 foot ring, up and down with a modified fisherman kneebuster suplex. I think that's hold 627. I think she only knows about 12 versions of the armbar. Modified Juji Gatame there. And now the trapezius claw hold, and of course the grip strength of Akira Merine, second to none. She's been known to use the goozle as a finishing submission maneuver. Yes, you heard that right. That funny word they used to set up for a choke slam, that's an actual finisher for this woman. Uh-oh, this is going to be... Oh! That's going to be painful. Kicks her right in the fallopian tubes. Drop down. Mashiku 2 trying to get back here. Collar and elbow tie up. Up, down, pump handle, drop. Doesn't go down with her. That's interesting. Could have converted that to a pin. That might be inexperience. Into Aquaqual, this is her 13th match in the AWL. And then again, it's only Mashiku's 14th, so what am I talking about? And it's Kaminari Hime's 8th match for this league. So 3 women who only started in the AWL last season. And then one of the most experienced women, Akira Merine, been with the AWL Joshi division since its inception. Springboard! into the Bulldog. Kaminari Hime, she's going to be looking for that double strike. The Thundercracker. Majiku 2, going to be looking for the Endless Light. Going to be looking for that, one of her variations of the Orb of Light. In this case, the Orb of Light Flatliner. And of course, casting the spell, the Jumon. But the one thing Majiku cannot afford to do is take her eye off her opponent. Oh, beautiful kick. Caught her flush, but didn't take her off her feet. Irish whip into the corner. Going up, going down, going round. And what is this? Oh, using the ropes for a little bit of advantage there. Referee not going to call that for the DQ. Tag made to Akira Merone. We're back where we started with this. Now I'll point out, in the event of time limit draw, both team, it's a push. Nobody wins, nobody loses. Cover here, 1. In the event of a time limit draw, neither team joins the best 4. They're both out, and we'll have 2 more tag teams look for that spot in a future match. Oh, big axe handle off of the side here. That's the standard AWL rules match. That means falls count in the ring only, so right now nobody can win. But enough damage can be done that somebody can lose. Spinning toe hold by the former AWL Joshi and Joshi Tag Team Champion. Enough success for dominant submission. Akira Merone could become the first person in the history of the AWL to win the tag team titles, or the Joshi tag team titles, with 2 different partners. It could happen. Referees counts up to 6, and we've got a 20 on the outside. And your legal combatants here, wait, full Nelson slam. I'll remind you, your legal combatants are Akira Merone in the purple and black, and Majiku 2 in the silver and gold. So right now, both of the legal women are fighting both of the illegal women. Referee's gonna have to try to get some kind of control over this. Coming out of Hime in her corner where she's supposed to be. Uh-oh. Backdrop onto the steel superstructure. Meanwhile, David versus Goliath, or Davina versus Goliath, I guess, on the other side. And finally, we get the 2 people who are supposed to be fighting each other in the same camera shot. Got about 8 minutes remaining. Joshi's singles fight for 4 coming up next. And I remember the winner of this match actually becomes the number 3 contender, because we got 2 slots empty in the AWL Best 4. And there's that Goozle. That's a match-ending submission for Akira Merone, the Mistress of 1,000 Holds. And it's broken up by coming out of Hime, who gets thrown out of the ring. And with enough damage done into the cover, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Dominant submission, pick up a vital win, and join the AWL Best 4 at the number 3 rank. When I said it was a rebuilding episode after Night of Champions, I was not joking. Bit of a distraction, but the Goozle still leading to the victory.
Here are your winners, dominant submission.
It's like a one-handed sleeper hold, basically. We'll try to find the next tag team next week. And right now, Wakazaki, Sakai, Reina fight for 4. We've got the young talent in this side of the league.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall.
It's time for them to fight each other.
Fight for 4. Introducing first, making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan. Pro Wrestling Prodigy, Wakazaki Ayu.
Youngest ever graduate of the AWL dojo. And she does things in that ring someone her age should not be able to do. She's had some ups and downs in her career here. This is her 11th match for the AWL. 4 wins, 6 losses.
And her opponent, making her way from the front office, accompanied by the very consistent and representing Sidon J, the office lady of Sidon J, Sakai, Reina.
3-4 in her AWL career and bringing back up. Zidon J 0-1 tonight. There's a very good chance that the office lady, this giantess, and you're going to see the height differential between her and Wakazaki momentarily, and we'll see exactly how bad this is going to be. Right now, Zidon J controls no titles, and they have no contenders for any championship. Sakai Reina could fix that right here, right now. Use the ropes for comparison, folks. Good grief. 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, good lord. She goes for collar and elbow and basically gets a waist lock. Look at that. But Wakazaki Eye showing the guts and possibly stupidity of youth. Only 16 years old. Actually, her 17th birthday is this fall. An October baby, I believe. Just barely above the legal age to compete here in Japan. Joshi Puroresu, they start them young. Quick takedown by Wakazaki Eye, and that's exactly what she has to do. Well trained by the dragon of the AWL dojo, our head trainer, who has spoken about how impressed he is with how quickly she picked this up. Training for less than about a year, less than 2 years. Going through the dojo system at rapid speed. Sakai Reina, also a graduate of the AWL dojo. Hired by the Zidon J organization to give them a foothold in the Joshi division. And so far, it has paid off. She's made an impact in this division. Maybe they need another member so they can get themselves a tag team. Who knows? These two have wrestled once before. It was Wakazaki Eye coming out the victor on that exchange. If I remember correctly, if memory serves me right. Now, I'll remind you, on a count-out, that's still a valid win. If there's one person who gets counted out, the other joins the best four. If it's a double count-out, it's a push. Nobody's in. Off of the ropes. Oh! Great arm drag there. And the running boot. Notice how Wakazaki Eye uses all of her momentum to build up the force necessary to topple the AWL's Hontai's giantess. Out and down and out. And what do we have here? Oh! Big shot! 7:30, plenty of time to get the job done here. And we still have our main event for the AWL Intercontinental Championship coming up next. Chiba Akagi makes his 4th defense against Shiroke Kitsune. Cover here, 1, 2. And just like that, we might have had the youngest ever member of the Best Four. Huge power bomb. And I mean that. I think she is the tallest woman in the AWL. And going to giantess swing right now. You see the very kind assistance on the outside. There for backup, there for intimidation, there for muscle, and don't think they won't interfere if they think they can get away with it. Of course, the referee's going to be watching them like a hawk. The funny thing about it... Oh, wait a minute! Down into a label lock. So she didn't quite fully have the label grip there, but it was close. It was good. And another powerbomb, jackknife style. Oh, what is this going to be? Dragging Wakazaki Eye, the pro wrestler prodigy, into the center of the ring to prevent a rope break, and she would. Wakazaki Eye has ring awareness beyond her years, but also the fighting spirit to kick out when she absolutely has to. That's great. Uh-oh. Shades of Minami Toyota, the Ocean Cyclone Suplex. 1, 2. It was watching tapes of Toyota that convinced Sakai Reina that she could become a professional wrestler, so she's incorporated that Ocean Cyclone Suplex into her arsenal as her Isatsuwaza, her ultimate technique, her finishing move. Huge, giantess splash, but nobody home by the time she hit the canvas. About to hit the halfway point of the time limit, Wakazaki Eye showing why she is a Purasu prodigy. Oh, great spin kick and great flexibility as well, getting the boot all the way up there. Cover here. 1. Wait. Go. Chanting women's wrestling. Joshi Puro. Joshi Puro. It's an art form all on its own, ladies and gentlemen, and we love it here in the Animated Wrestling League. Elbow drop across the schnoz. No one to tag, obviously. Going up to the top rope. Neither of these two, I think, have ever even had a tag team match. Big double stomp using every ounce of her less than significant body weight. Focus onto a single point in that stomp. Trying to do as much internal damage to Sakai Reina, the office lady, as she can. And right now, on the outside, going for maybe the Wakazaki lock, but that wouldn't actually get you a submission here. What is this going to be? That's new. Ooh! Taking and keeping your opponent off their feet, a good strategy whenever you're facing somebody taller than you, but you need to do it inside the ring. As our timekeeping crew panicking a little bit. Wakazaki Eye could go for a count out here, but I don't think she's going to. It's not her style. Ooh. About 70% of the way through the time limit now. And, oh, right in, barely avoiding the steel steps. Sakai Reina saves the match for herself, possibly saves herself from significant career-altering injury. Yet again, Wakazaki Eye deliberately breaks the count. And she doesn't have to.
3 minutes left.
DDT! And Wakazaki Eye learning that sometimes no good deed goes unpunished. Irish whip into the far corner, away from the VKA, back elbow shoved away by Wakazaki Eye, using her opponent's momentum against her, redirecting the force. That's smart. Oh, this is not... Oh, wait a minute. The rope being used illegally as a choking aid. I don't think the referee saw it. Distracted by the very kind assistants on the outside. See, I told you they were going to get involved somehow. Well, I hope it doesn't come down to this, but I'll remind you, in the event of time limit draw, neither woman enters the best four, but then again, nobody gets a loss on their win-loss record either. So, not the way we want to see this end. It's been a great match. Wakazaki Eye up and down. Big back body drop by Sakai Reina. Good lord. Cover. 1, 2. And somehow, small children just bounce back, don't they? Wakazaki Eye, the power of youth resiliency, incumbent thereupon. Japanese Ocean Cyclone Suplex denied. Wakazaki Eye looking for something, anything. Maybe looking for that Wakazaki lock, the spin kick, the front flip Hurricane Rana. Or just something that gets her a cover. 1, 2, no.
1 minute. 1 minute left.
Less than a minute. High knee. Flying high knee. We're going up to the top now. Wakazaki Eye dangerous from up here. What is she going to do? She wants Sakai Reina on her feet. Oh! Not entirely sure what she was going for, but she got it. But not enough to keep the giantess off her feet. Hurricane Rana by a super heavyweight giant. And we've got about 20 seconds left. Somebody needs to get these two need to get back in the ring. They need to finish this. The count is irrelevant at this point. Not enough time to get up to a 20. Less than 20 seconds on the clock. 15. This could very easily become that time limit draw we didn't want to see. If it does, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. This is a match we're going to need to see continue. Yeah, we are not seeing a winner here. I apologize. There will be a rematch.
This match has been ruled a time limit draw.
Main event time. AWL Intercontinental Championship on the line.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League's Intercontinental Championship.
Well, we saw the other two members of Yokai Butai earlier tonight failing to defeat the forces of Ningen Damashii. As always, sage advice of Ultramantis Black. One of the advantages of kicks over punches is your legs are usually longer than your arms. Stay out of the grip of the Scion of Submission. He's a very modern fox in his choice of music, isn't he? He has 49 career wins, 28 career losses, which gives him the 5th best win-loss record in AWL Hontai at +21. He loses out only to Azteckaizer Neo, Akira Merene, Tiger Mask 2, and the #1 contender to the Grand Championship, Damashii Dark. Part of the bumper crop of 2015 rookies, he is rookie no more. He is the leader of his own stable. He is the Intercontinental Champion. He is the Scion of Submission. And he is 2 wins away from a completed Intercontinental Championship. But he has to get through the white-furred fox. Can this former Grand Champion take one step closer to the top of the mountain via the road less traveled? Let's find out. Official introductions, please.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of Hishiki accompanied by Ultramantis Black, representing Yokai Butai, the white-furred fox, Shiroke, Kitsune. And his opponent is the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Intercontinental Champion tonight, making his 4th title defense. Fighting out of Yokohama, Japan, representing Ningen Damashii, the Scion of Submission, Chiba, Akagi. This is an officially sanctioned Intercontinental Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League. AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, the AWL official, Popular Shinichiro, in charge.
You can see the 3s on the side plates. That means number of title defenses so far. This is your main event. Right now, I hate to say it, this is the top title in AWL Hontai. We got to get a belt back. 30 minutes on the clock. And since we have had a recent time limit draw in a championship match, I need to remind you, the title does not change hands on a draw, on a countout, or on a disqualification. Snapmare by Chiba. Akagi going for a seated variation of the old bow and arrow lock, occasionally referred to as a dungeon lock. Great takedown, and there we go. That's what Ultramantis Black told him to do. Focus on the kicks. Focus on the pot-style strikes. Don't get into a grappling match. Shinji Dai Sunrise reversed into the power slam for Shiba Akagi. He was never a part of Shinji Dai. That sometimes within a promotion, an individual or a stable makes a move so famous that anytime you use it, it gets called that name. Discus back elbow by the champion. Chiba Akagi made the proclamation he would only defend the title against non-human wrestlers. He's defended against 3 members of the Pit, and now he's facing Yokai Butai. And remember, he also defeated the Great Tanuki to win the championship in the first place, if I remember correctly. A little bit of well-translated wrestle maths in the corner. Minute and a half. This will be the shortest title match on record. 1. Big kick out by Shiroke Kitsune. Ultramantis Black watching on from ringside. The sorcerer of the dark mystical arts, who has brought this team of spirits and yokai together. Ooh, a couple of very hard shots there, trying to crack that face mask that hides his actual muzzle. Into the cover he oh no, not into a cover. Cloverleaf backbreaker by the AWL Intercontinental Champion. And he's called the Scion of Submission, and that is his bailiwick. But he's an all-rounder in my opinion. He's a specialist. He can submit you in any way, but he will pin you, he will fly, he will strike. It's just not his preferred method of victory. He's grown from the one-trick pony he was when he started in the AWL, and a good well-timed backstep by Shiroke Kitsune gives him the advantage. And again, just as Ultramantis Black advised him, go for the kick, stay out of the grip. Boom! Spin kick right to the head. Cover. Shoots the half. Hook of the far leg. Perfect cover. 2. It was a perfect cover. It just wasn't enough to pin the AWL Intercontinental Champion. Up to the top. This may not be the smartest plan in the world. Definitely not. Shiroke Kitsune gonna fly. Crossbody gets caught. Oh no. Boom! Slam right down to the floor. Bossman slam style. Shiroke Kitsune needs to be a little more creative here, I think. Going around the corner, around the twist, around the bend. He gets a big boot for his trouble, unable to capitalize. Both men with far less backup than they're used to in this situation. Taking a quick look at the records here, Shiroke Kitsune is 15-6 in his AWL career, ratio of +9. That makes him the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th highest win-loss ratio in the AWL, so it's 9 meets 5. And, oh, now that's how you do it. Notice, no hesitation at the top rope there. Just get up there, as soon as you've got your footing, as soon as you got that spring, off you go, and round we go. Manji Gatame, his favorite signature submission maneuver, callback to the late great Antonio Inoki. Late great and slightly crazy Antonio Inoki. Drop toe hold. Escape, but you see Shiroke Kitsune grabbing the back of his head damage was done. That's the most dangerous part of the Manjigatame, is that leg across the back of your neck pushing down. Human neck is neither a slinky, a spring, or a shock absorber. That's where the most damage is done. Yes, having your arms wrenched behind you, that hurts. But wait a minute, Hisatsuwaza, if you can hit it! QB Nejire! Into the cover, QB Nejire! But a rope break.
5 minutes back.
Bad luck and bad ring positioning for Shiroke Kitsune. He hits the QB Nejire. And now what's he doing? This might not be smart. Front suplex. Drops his opponent across the canvas. Okay, Chiba Akagi, not exactly someone you would think of in terms of being able to powerhouse, being able to manhandle somebody, or box handle in this case. But Shiroke Kitsune's a swimmer's build. He's muscular, but he's lean. He doesn't weigh that much. Chiba Akagi looking to fly. Let's see if this works out better for him than it did for the box. No, it doesn't! Caught into a power slam! Okay, both of these men realizing that the top rope is not their friend, at least not tonight. Good gravy. Into the corner, and back into the ring, and of course, champion's advantage. Count out always favors the champion. Back step on that kick. Collar and elbow. This is exactly what Ultramantis said not to do. Stick with the kicks, stick with the strikes. But if it works, it works. 1, 2. 2.5 with the championship on the line. 3 title defenses. It's been a while since we've had an Intercontinental Champion get that high. Remember, it's 5 title defenses, and you get an automatic cash-in under the rules of your choice, the stipulations of your choice for the AWL Grand Championship. You skip the line. You skip the best 4. That's why we call it the road less traveled. You basically have to win 6 matches in a row to win the belt and defend it 5 times, and a very quick knockout. That was the neck damage done earlier. Very, very quick submission by the challenger, and this just got really interesting. Chiba Akagi 1 win away. Let's take a look at that final Manjigatame, and as soon as it's locked in, tap out.
Here's your winner, and still out of the Wrestling League, Intercontinental Champion, Chiba Akagi.
Chiba Akagi Shiroke Kitsune had to prevent injury there. A good decision on the immediate tap out, but it means your winner, Chiba Akagi, the human soul, Ningen Damashii, victorious over the powers of the supernatural. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time. This is the Animated Wrestling League. Korede Imarida.